All right, welcome to the second webinar in the LexNet 20th Anniversary Series. This morning we talked about personalization in your mailings and how it can be effective without being creepy. And now we're going to talk about new, shiny and cool new tools that actually work. We all know that there's lots of new, bright and shiny tools in the market today that are catching the eyes of marketers in all types of businesses. Regardless of your industry, there's got to be something that's caught your attention. Could be social tools like Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, and now Google+, mobile compatible websites, personalized landing pages, QR codes and Microsoft tags, augmented reality, SMS text communications, and more. And while all of these tools are really cool, which are effective for marketing to your particular target audience? And that's what we're going to explore today. So let's start with QR codes and Microsoft tags. If you walk into a store like Best Buy or Home Depot today, you will likely see many different types of barcodes. And an example of a QR code, which is also known as a quick response code, is shown at the top of your screen. The series of black and white pixels within the QR code that make it up contain bits of information. And when scanned by a smartphone with a barcode reader, this code can direct the user to a specific website. The QR code can be personalized to include information about the person scanning the code, which allows the landing page or website to which they're being directed to also be personalized. So the same elements that we talked about this morning with personalization can definitely be incorporated into your QR code and your landing page. And although QR codes are traditionally black and white, they can be used by using colors that are almost image-like quality. And this is from a movie poster that was recently released, just to show some differences in how QR codes can be designed. Now on the bottom of your screen is a Microsoft tag. Tags are created using Microsoft's free tag manager, and tags are also scanned by smartphones using Microsoft Tags app. Information is stored within the tag, allowing those scanning the code to be transported to custom landing pages, websites, and more. Now the question is which one to use. And it's truly a combination of personal preference and the user experience you'd like the person using the code to have. So here's some advantages to each. Microsoft Tags, the size of the tag itself can be smaller than other formats like QR codes. So regardless of the length of the landing page that you're directing your users to, the tag can remain the same size. The difference is if you're trying to embed a large amount of information into a QR code, the QR code has to increase in size to accommodate. Now there are workarounds that can be used to keep your QR code smaller, but overall that's a general rule. There is an option to create custom tags using the Microsoft Tag Builder, and here's some examples. The book launch, the CD launch, those were all custom tags that could be read by the phone to take the user to landing pages about the book, about the CD, wherever the creator of the tag wanted to take them. In the early adoption of QR codes and Microsoft tags, smartphone cameras were not of high quality, which led to some issues with the screen capture of a QR code. Due to the way the tag is created, it was regarded as a more easily scanned code. Today, perhaps not such an issue because most smartphones have higher quality cameras, but originally that was definitely a concern. And the technologies used to create, view, and track a Microsoft tag are proprietary to Microsoft. The landing page that the user is taken to must go through a Microsoft URL. If the user is not directed to a user-owned URL, then all analytics must be obtained through the Microsoft portal. So QR codes, one advantage to a QR code is that if the user is not going to a landing page, the user doesn't even need to be connected online. It doesn't need Wi-Fi to scan and view the content. So an example would be a QR code that's incorporated into a business card. The person scanning and using the QR code does not actually need to have internet service to view the business card information because all of that content is actually stored within the QR code itself. If, however, the user is being taken to a landing page with other content, they would need to be connected to the internet service for the QR code to work just as they would for any Microsoft tag. QR code software is open source, so it is not necessary to go through Microsoft when taking the user to their landing page. QR codes can be customized as the examples are shown on the screen. And backend reporting for QR codes is custom written for each solution. So each organization's needs can be addressed in the backend dashboard. QR codes and tags are both, even though they're different, they're both effective, and that they're effective for several reasons. First, they're quick. Immediately upon finding the QR code or tag, the user can scan the barcode with their smartphone and be driven wherever you want to take them. So at Best Buy or at Home Depot, if you see a QR code along the side of the display for a particular set of products, just pull out your smartphone and right there within the store you can see a demonstration of the product or see different ways that it can be used. Second, there are multiple ways to engage the person scanning the code. QR codes and tags, when scanned, can take users to personalized websites, discount coupons, YouTube videos, surveys, demonstrations, virtual business cards, and much more. From a flat piece of paper, the user is transported through mobile technology to a dynamic, interactive experience. One quick side note, wherever you're taking the person scanning the code, make sure it's mobile compatible. That's one of the big problems that happen with QR codes, and one of the main reasons that they're not effective is that even though a QR code or a Microsoft tag are incorporated into the piece, the destination site's not mobile compatible, which just really destroys the user experience. So, important point. Third, QR codes and tags are trackable. Not only are the codes a way to immediately transport your target audience to an interactive version of your message, you also can immediately track their habits. Because the code is being directed to a website, you'll know how many people snapped the code, you'll know when, you'll know what they looked at, and then from there you can see where they go from the landing page. Try using multiple versions of the code or tag for A/B testing and direct the user to a personalized landing page to track exactly who is using their code. If you're putting a QR code or a tag on a personalized mail piece, definitely try to personalize the QR code. Now, if it's on a movie poster, for example, you're not going to know exactly who's scanning that, so you'll want to collect that information from the scan. How do I measure? Like with any marketing tool that we use, it's important to measure. If you're using a Microsoft tag and a Microsoft URL to take the user to as your destination, you will track and obtain all information from Microsoft's system. If you use a QR code or direct the users to a custom website with a tag, reporting will be built in with your application. So for the applications that LexNet writes, for example, if we're using a QR code, then we'll custom write the back-end dashboard so you see exactly what you want to see. And honestly, there are ways around with the Microsoft tag. Even though you have to go through a Microsoft URL, you can definitely then forward on to your destination URL so that that same tracking is available. New phones come preloaded with a barcode reader typically, or there are apps that you can download to have a reader quickly and easily on their phone. But if your QR code's the first one that your user has scanned, or if they have an older phone that's not preloaded with a reader, you just need to let them know where they can download that free reader. And be sure to note just below the code to be scanned the website address that you're going to suggest. Make sure and include the website address of the reader that you want them to download. And also, it's important to include the website address that you're taking them to. Not everyone has a smartphone, and some people aren't going to want to scan it. So make sure and put the URL so that you know where they're being taken to in case they just want to type it into their browser. One note, in LexNet's Resource Center on our LexNet website, there is an article, Print's New Frontier, and it's also available on SlideShare if you'd like to find it now there, that also talks specifically about QR codes. So it might be a good resource for you to check out. When talking about QR codes on the previous slide, we mentioned taking the user to a personalized landing page. And again, during this morning's session, we discussed the power of personalization and how, when used appropriately, personalization of a marketing piece can generate tremendous results. We saw an increase in results of up to 500% by including personalization. So when directing a user from a printed piece through a QR code, email, etc., it's important to personalize the landing page also whenever possible. So let's look at the example on your screen. In this case, a mailing or email, either one, could have been sent to your recipient that directed them to this landing page. And by scanning a QR code or by typing in their personalized URL, they would end up here. Now, when I say personalized landing page, don't allow thoughts in your head of how expensive it's going to be or how complicated. Even though a new page in theory is created for each and every user, it's done behind the scenes programmatically. So one main page is created and information about the recipient is populated in order to create the personalization. So it's not like we start over each and every time. When the user enters the landing page, it's a great practice to use a personalized greeting or welcome. So in this case, it could have said, Jan, registering for your library card is easy. Make sure it's personal. The second key to a successful personalized landing page is to pre-fill any information you can for your responder. If you're asking them to fill out a form, pre-populate their name and any other information that you already know about the user. Allow them to change the information if updates are needed, but eliminate the need for the responder to type in information that you already have in your database. If this were a generic URL, it would make sense not to have information pre-filled, but this is a personalized URL. We sent the user to a .firstname.lastname. We obviously know who they are. And maybe we don't have every bit of information that we want about them, but let's pre-fill the information that we do know. It helps response rates, and it just provides a more personalized experience. And then to create that custom experience, you may want to consider switching out the images on the landing page based on the responder's areas of interest, if you know. So for example, if there was information known about the persons that were mailed to in this example, like whether they prefer reading books about history or books about sports, this image could have been swapped out programmatically as the page was being displayed. And if that detailed information is not known, then maybe you want to switch out the photo based on the person's gender or age. Lots of different options. Mobile compatibility, that used to refer to being mobile phone compatible. But today, mobile can refer to any number of devices. Tablets, e-readers, car electronics, iPods, even home appliances can be mobile compatible in addition to your smartphone. And the picture of the refrigerator, I'm not sure if any of you have one of those, but it can connect to Twitter, it can connect to Facebook, it can be mobile compatible as well. And that list is currently expanding. That's today. Tomorrow there will be more. So why is it important to be mobile compatible? Well, here's some statistics. Analyst firm IDC projects the number of U.S. mobile internet users will rise by a compound growth rate of 16.6% by 2015. They also claim that the number of internet users globally will grow from 2 billion in 2010 to 2.7 billion in 2015, when 40% of the world's population will have access. Just amazing numbers. Soon more users will access the web using mobile devices than by accessing by PC. And this is an amazing statistic. In 2010, there were over 270 cell phones sold in the U.S. per minute. Putting that in context, in 2010, there were approximately 7.5 babies born in the U.S. per minute. So 7.5 babies born compared to 270 cell phones sold in the same minute. Just amazing numbers. Google projects that 15% of the total Black Friday searches for 2011 will be from mobile devices. They project that 34% of smartphone and 45% of tablet shoppers will plan to start their shopping before Thanksgiving. And if you need a reason other than those, this is a good one. This is from AdMob in their Network Holiday Retail Survey. 65% of smartphone device users report using their device to find a business and then to make a purchase at that business in person. That's why you need to be mobile compatible, and that's why it's important. Groupon type offers, mobile coupons, geolocation, price comparison services, and QR code downloads are just a few of the offerings that can be accessed via a mobile device. To determine where to begin to make your site mobile compatible, it's important to first answer a few questions. And each of our answers will be slightly different depending on our business, our target audience, and the message we wish to send. So first, who is your audience? What's your target demographic? Are they using mobile devices? The answer is probably yes, but it's important for you to make that determination and to make it based on facts and not assumptions. Second, what does your audience expect from you? If you're a university and want to communicate with students on campus, they expect you to use the channels that they use. And again, be careful not to make assumptions though, because what you think and what is fact may be two different things. Very important to know your audience. And the third question is this: what action do you want your audience to take? Do you want them to download a coupon and bring it in within a short period of time, increasing your sales? Do you want them to take a survey to provide you with information? Mobile marketing still involves a distinct call to action, just like any other marketing. Determine what you want that call to action to be, and make sure it's simple. The space available on a mobile screen, whether it be an iPad or a BlackBerry, is limited, so make sure your mobile site is simple. Once you've answered these questions, find a good marketing services provider that can help you make your website, or better yet, your landing page, mobile compliant. The screen resolution of an iPad may be different than that of a BlackBerry. Android versus Opera, 3G versus 4G, those differences all need to be considered when developing an effective mobile site. This is one case where you really need to look to an expert to make sure that all of your bases are covered. Social marketing. better yet, social media marketing. Wikipedia, I'm getting ahead of myself here, I'm sorry. Wikipedia defines social media marketing as a group of internet-based applications that build on the ideological and technological foundations of Web 2.0 and that allow the creation and exchange of user-generated content. I think that last part's very important, the creation and exchange of user-generated content. Now, there's lots of assumptions that are made about specific demographic segments. Some are correct, some are not. So think about these statements as it applies to you and your thoughts on social media marketing. And tell me whether or not you think these are true or false. First, social media marketing is most effective when engaging young adults. Second, my demographic's over 40. My clients just aren't using Facebook and Twitter. Twitter's great if you're a rock star or a professional athlete. And there's just too many. I can't keep up with all of them, so I'm just not going to get involved. I'm going to sit on the sidelines. So let's start with the first statement. Social media marketing can be a great way to reach and engage young adults. However, it can also be a great way to reach and engage 30 to 45-year-old women or men over 55. Here's an example to prove the point. And maybe it's because of the recent economy, but there's an enormous community of couponing groups online today. And companies are very well aware of that fact. Frequently, a business will release 10,000 free items on their Facebook page if consumers simply like the page. First 10,000 people to like the page receive the offer. These offers typically deplete in a matter of 2 to 3 minutes. They're gone instantaneously. Could be an offer for a free box of dryer sheets or even a coupon for a new pen. And the demographic of those responding aren't necessarily young adults. So be careful when you think social media is only good for young adults. The second statement, my demographic is over 40, so they're just not using Facebook and Twitter. In 2011, there was a study that was released that said 53.6% of Facebook users are over the age of 25. 51.2% are male and 48.8% are female. Another report in 2011 said that 56% of all Twitter users are over the age of 25. It's well over half are over the age of 25. So today, it's really not true that those over the age of 40 are not on Twitter or Facebook. There are definitely rock stars and professional athletes on Twitter that are having amazing number of tweets. I don't know if you saw the infographic that we put up this morning about Beyonce's pregnancy announcement. A record for Twitter really kind of blew up their network. However, Ford Motor Company, JetBlue, Whole Foods, Comcast, Southwest Airlines, Zappos, Dell, Starbucks, Best Buy, I could go on and on. They all have budgets and systems specifically designed to promote their businesses via Twitter and other social networks. Universities, social organizations, community organizations, small businesses, they're all using Twitter and they're using it effectively. The fourth statement, true or false? There are too many social networks. I can't keep up with them all, so I'm just going to quit trying. Haven't we all felt that way a little bit? But as we all know from our personal and professional exposure, there are many social networks, marketing platforms, or internet-based applications in our world today. And tomorrow there's going to be more. With all of the social media marketing options available today, where do you begin? Have you asked yourself that question? You know that your organization should be involved in social media marketing, but where to begin? It can be overwhelming. But it really doesn't have to be all or nothing. It can be a piece at a time. So where do you start? I think it's really simple. You begin by listening. Be intentional and block off a small amount of time each day to find the social network activities of your competitors, of your friends, of your colleagues. Follow Twitter accounts. Like Facebook pages. Connect with others on LinkedIn and join circles of others on Google+. Find a style that you like. Find pages that you like. Pay attention to how often they post. What do they share? What types of posts intrigue you? What encourages you to comment? By watching the actions of others, you will develop a vision of how you'd like your social media presence to emerge. So is social marketing really necessary? Well, no. But before you write off social marketing altogether, think about what opportunities you would be ignoring as a result. Go back to knowing your customer. What do they expect from you? You can then make that determination. Is social marketing effective? Absolutely. Resources, both in terms of dollars and man hours, would not be invested if it weren't. And just another note, often employees are concerned about the amount of time required to monitor and participate in engagement through social marketing channels. We all know we're all overloaded and don't have a lot of additional time to continue adding to our task list. But be assured that when planned correctly, social media marketing does not have to take that much more time. It can help bring in more prospects, communicate with your target audience, and allow others to promote on your behalf, all easily and inexpensively. So how do you measure? Each social marketing platform was designed with analytics and reporting that can help you truly measure the success of your social media marketing efforts. What is really great is that each post, each tweet, each blog post can be measured to determine which generate responses and which do not. Trends can easily be established and used to drive future topics to be posted. There are just so many benefits of social marketing that it's truly a separate webinar altogether, but here's just a few by platform. Twitter. Twitter messages or tweets are short messages with a maximum length of 140 characters. They're brief and to the point. The messages can contain links to other content in other locations, typically with a shortened URL using bit.ly or some other shortener. Twitter allows others to follow you and for you to follow others. By following others that are experts in your industry, you can often obtain content for your blogs, content for your website. Look to experts for information, and that content can also be retweeted to your followers quickly and easily just by clicking the retweet button. Mark Zuckerberg's project, Facebook, has had exponential growth. That's almost an understatement. Facebook is an ideal platform for building a community of fans. Those fans can engage with each other in addition to engaging with you. And there are many applications on Facebook and options that you can create events, send online invitations to a sale, a benefit, etc., and allow your fans to invite their friends to virally spread the word. And as you know, there have been several major changes to Facebook in the past couple of weeks and in the upcoming weeks. And we'll be continuing to explore those changes and the impact that they'll have on marketing on Facebook. LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a fantastic platform for getting to know others professionally. By connecting with those that you know, you can receive introductions to people that you don't. LinkedIn has search features which allow you to look for new employees when you have the need. You can give and receive recommendations from others on LinkedIn, and it can also be a great place to join online industry groups or even create a group for your contacts and prospects. Does your company have a blog? Blogs are a great way to stay connected with your past, current, and future customers. A blog gives you the ability to provide informational content that can be delivered to your readers via RSS feed or email. When the blog's housed on your corporate website, it brings your readers to your online environment. It's also a great forum to allow readers to comment on your postings and to give you feedback. And just a quick sidebar here, sometimes people aren't excited about jumping into social marketing because of the reason I just mentioned, that readers can comment on their posts and give feedback. And honestly, in today's society, if you're scared of negative feedback, it's happening anyway. It's happening whether you're hosting or not. Whether you're providing a forum for people to give comments or not, they're making those comments online. Wouldn't you rather see them and hear them and know about them versus just having them happen without you being aware? And then Google+. Google+ is the newest social platform. And it's still a little bit unproven for marketing, although the Google+ fan base is already off the charts. It's similar to Facebook, but Google+ has features that are different. And one of the really cool features of Google+ is that your followers can be placed into circles. And a circle is just an easy and convenient way to manage your connections. Since the launch of Google+, Facebook, in one of their updates, has improved the lists feature to somewhat mirror that of Google+, of the circles feature. We talked about various opportunities through mobile communication devices. And another example of marketing via a mobile device is SMS marketing. SMS stands for Short Message Service, and even before smartphones, SMS was available on cell phones through SMS text. SMS aggregators report that the average SMS text message is read within 4 minutes of being received. So text messaging can be an immediate way to connect with followers. Now here comes the disclaimer. There are very strict guidelines for mobile marketing through SMS text. The Interactive Advertising Bureau and the Mobile Marketing Association have best practices and guidelines that they have set for anyone sending marketing communications via SMS. And as with email marketing, spam SMS messages exist and they're problematic. Text marketing does not have to be incoming to your target audience, however. Here's an example. When was the last time you were at a sporting event where a poll was connected on the Jumbotron? Just text your answer to a short code, which is typically 5 or 6 digits, and you'll be entered to win a prize. There's no cost to enter unless your cell plan results in charges. But then your information is collected and you have opted in to receive additional information from whoever you're entering with. It's extremely important to be absolutely sure that your consumer has opted into receiving text messages from you. A double opt-in is required by the MMA Consumer Best Practices Guidelines. And at any time, the consumer can text the word stop to you, and that's their opt-out. You can no longer send them messages. More expanded text messaging marketing opportunities came with the development of MMS, or Multimedia Message Services. So that was an upgrade from SMS. The maximum length of an SMS code is 160 characters. MMS, however, allows for text, images, audio, and video to be transferred from one user to another through their mobile device. The same opt-in and opt-out rules apply for MMS messages as apply for SMS. Mobile marketing should be used when your customers and prospects, those people you wish to engage, will receive value from the messages that you send to them, and they've opted into receiving those messages. Mobile marketing can be very effective when used properly. Remember that your customers and prospects must receive value from the messages via a coupon, breaking news, a special offer, something that gives them value and will make them continue subscribing to your text messages. There's a couple of really simple ways, basic analytics that you can look at to measure the effectiveness of your SMS. First, how many new opt-ins are you receiving? And second, how many opt-outs are you receiving? How many people are jumping off the bandwagon of your SMS? Are the coupons or offers that you're delivering being redeemed? Is anyone paying attention to what you're sending? And there are, of course, many other complex analytics that are involved with a great mobile marketing campaign. Although not specifically text marketing, location-based services can be another way to market to consumers via their cell phone. So here's how it works. Imagine entering your favorite retail store. You're doing your Saturday shopping and you receive a text. It's an offer for a particular product from the store that you're shopping in. So is it your lucky day, or is the GPS in your phone transmitting a signal that allows the store to use geolocation services to send you a timely coupon? That's just one example of the future, or better yet, the reality of mobile marketing. So how many of you have seen an example of augmented reality? Augmented reality in practice is as close as the greeting card racks at your local Hallmark store. Lego stores have incorporated augmented reality into the packaging of some of their Lego sets with special kiosks set up within the store so that kids and adults can view the completed Lego set at all angles. Augmented reality creates a virtual experience using your audience's webcam or the webcam at the kiosk to add graphics, sounds, 3D images, and even smells. The primary drivers of augmented reality are the gaming industry and cell phone users. Jewelry stores, automakers, restaurants, realtors, tourism departments, and more have found that an interactive experience with users helps to generate interest, engage the target audience, and ultimately creates revenues. So we're going to take a look at an example of augmented reality in motion, and it's from IKEA. IKEA incorporated augmented reality into their 2010 mailed catalogs. By going to the IKEA website and holding the AR code from the catalog up to the user's webcam, the consumer is able to select different furniture pieces to try out in their home before purchasing. So let's watch this short video and you can see how it works. Pretty amazing the way it all works. Now, obviously, the production of an augmented reality or creation of an augmented reality campaign involves, a substantial audience to be able to justify the cost, but it truly is amazing. So as you've seen during the presentation, there are lots of shiny and cool new tools to use in your marketing today. The tools featured do work when implemented correctly. We're certainly not saying that you should rush right out and get ready to implement everything today. That's not the case at all. But the number of users of each platform indicate that you need to be educated and aware of the marketing opportunities that are available to use by incorporating some of these techniques. As always, you must know your customer, know your market, and know what your users expect of you in order to make educated decisions on which tools are right for you. And once you've identified each of the above, you can determine how best one or more of these tools can be incorporated into your overall marketing program. So lots of exciting things, lots of excitement as far as incorporating many of these things into the marketing channels or the marketing programs that LexNet is producing and creating with our customers. We're seeing great growth from social media efforts within our own company. We participate in Twitter and LinkedIn and Facebook and our blog. All of those are have been very successful for us. We've seen great growth, and social media really has impacted LexNet. Definitely a change, over the last 20 years. It's something new for us, newer for us, and we're excited with the way that our customers are incorporating QR codes, incorporating social, incorporating mobile, and we're excited to be doing it for ourselves too. What questions can we answer? Take a look at what questions we've received. So one of the questions was, how has social media impacted LexNet? And today and tomorrow, the 20-year event is definitely an example of how social marketing is playing into LexNet's marketing strategy for 2011 and 2012. We're obviously having our webinars, but we're also tweeting, posting on Facebook. If you're a Twitter follower of LexNet, stay with us, because during the next 2 days we're going to be tweeting out 200 marketing tips, reminiscing items over the last 20 years. We're also giving some inspirational information. 200 tweets over 2 days. We're giving away prizes, some really great prizes. So far today we've given away an iPod. We've given away a couple of other prizes, and we're going to continue to do so. We have another webinar coming up this afternoon, Be the Chauffeur, Drive People to the Web, and that will be a little more interactive. We're going to ask you for what you do and how you get your users to your website. So definitely social marketing is making an impact on LexNet and on our customers as well. Got a couple more questions here. The augmented reality, yes. Augmented reality it's really an interesting new tool that can be used, and like I said, if you've used it in the past or if you've seen it used, it can be very, very powerful. There was a car company, and I'm not going to tell you the right one, I don't know if it was Volkswagen perhaps, did an augmented reality campaign, and you could literally pick your car, and by using the marketing piece that was sent to you, you can select your options, select your colors, select what you wanted, and be able to hold it in your hand in front of the webinar or in front of the webcam, I apologize, and see your new car at all different angles. There's also a great example of, and you can find this on YouTube, of Topps sports cards that did an augmented reality promotion with baseball cards. And when you held the baseball card up to your webcam, it would simulate, appear that you were holding in your hand a famous baseball player who was batting. The next card would be a catcher, and he would be catching in your hand, and then an outfielder would be catching a fly ball in the outfield in your hand. Very, very cool technology. I'm not sure of the pricing for augmented reality. I'm sure it's several $1,000s depending on what you want to be able to do. So, any other questions? Again, you're absolutely invited to attend any of the LexNet webinars. Follow us on Twitter, hashtag LexNet20. Join us on Facebook. Join us on LinkedIn. Comment on our blog. We're going to be watching for the next couple days. We're here to help. If you have any questions, give us a call, and we look forward to seeing you at the next webinar. Thank you.